So what's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing? So the Good Music album, Cool Summer, is finally out. You know, now that it's not even summer anymore, it's basically getting into fall. But that's besides the point. You know, the album is finally here for you to listen to, you to check out. But right now, I'm gonna hop into my thoughts on this album. You know, all the little things I liked about it, my top 3-4 songs I liked about this, my rating on this. You know, all that other good stuff in this review. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it and all that stuff. So let's get started with this Good Music review. Now on this album, you have 12 tracks, and as far as the Good Music crew, you know, besides them being featured on this, you have Jadakiss, you have R. Kelly, you have DJ Khaled is on here, The Dream is on here, Raekwon is on here, Jay-Z is on here. You know, I think I mentioned Jadakiss. You know, you have a few other people that are on here that aren't with the Good Music crew. Now, as far as production went, I thought it was pretty good. You know, he had some interesting samples, and by he I meant Kanye. He had some interesting samples that he put in here, such as The Morning. If you don't notice, you know, going through the chorus of the song, you kind of hear a small little hint of New God flow in it. You know, he has some other interesting samples. I think he sampled at least like 5 or 6 songs on this album, you know, which was the weird part of him sampling a song that's on the album and using it for another song, and it was kind of weird to me, but it's Kanye, you're gonna get things like that, you know, and all that other stuff. Now the first song started out kind of weird to me, you know, I wasn't expecting it, you know, it just happened. So R. Kelly came on the song, you know, it was straight, I had no problem with R. Kelly on it, and then you get a Kanye verse, and he makes references to Rick Ross, Hold Me Back, and then he talks about Mitt Romney not paying taxes. And then, you know, then he goes back and R. Kelly comes back on. You get one verse from Kanye, and that was basically the entry song to the album, which was kind of unexpected to hear R. Kelly on it and then only get one verse, which was kind of different in my opinion. But just judging the song in general, the song was okay. I had no problem with it. You know, R. Kelly was straight. You know, Kanye even having that one verse, I guess it was straight. I had no problem with it. Now the song Click. Now the song was by Big Sean, and then Kanye and Jay-Z hopped on it. Now I gotta say, the sample to me, in my opinion, is weird to me. It's kind of a turn off in my opinion. It kind of turned me off. Just the sample in general with the whole beat or whatever, it turned me off. You know, the verses were hot. I give it to Big Sean, Kanye, and Jay-Z. The verses were hot and everything, but the sample or the instrumental turns me off a little bit, where I'm like, yo, I'm not really feeling this instrumental you're on. But you know, I still listen to it just because the verses that you have on it. That's really about it for me listening to Click. Not that I'm hating on it. The verses are straight. Just the beat isn't my preference, you could say. Now the song The Morning. Now The Morning was an interesting song where he goes and samples you know, New God flow in the chorus and everything like that. It was kind of weird and unique at the same time, in my opinion. You know, something that I haven't seen in any albums that I have listened to, unless I missed it or skipped it or something like that, where you go and sample a song that you already done and then, you know, go and put it in the next song you have or whatever like that. It was kind of interesting in my opinion. Now The Morning was a hot track. I had no problems with it. You know, they all went in and did their thing. The only thing I felt that was weird about the song was the whole New God flow sample. You know, it's kind of weird seeing that. I haven't seen it in any albums, or that maybe I missed it, but I haven't seen it in any albums I have heard in the past where an artist or any person or any producer or whatever, it takes a song from one of the songs that are already in the album and then samples it and puts it in another song, takes like little parts or whatever. You hear it in the chorus where you hear the little New God flow, you hear it in the chorus, basically. That's what I'm trying to get at. So it was kind of weird and interesting at the same time to see how Kanye took a song that he has and then, you know, kind of implemented it in here, which was, it's interesting. Now The One is another track that I personally, I liked it. You know, they show different things about themselves that you probably wouldn't get in a lot of their songs. But one thing that really turned me off was 2 Chainz's verse. Now 2 Chainz starts off, you know, his regular stuff, talking about girls and everything like that. And then, you know, it really didn't match up to the subjects that everyone else was touching on. Especially, you know, everyone was touching on great subjects. Then 2 Chainz comes on, and I'm like, come on, you couldn't just fit into this. He didn't fit into the whole subject matter until, I guess, like the last 3-4 bars. He actually put stuff that related to the subject, I thought so. But other than that, his verse really didn't match up to what everyone else was saying or comparing to or anything like that. So The One was a straight song until that 2 Chainz verse came on, and I'm like, yo, you gotta do something about that. Just my opinion on that song. Now, one thing that I did like about this was the Kid Cudi song. Now, you don't get that much from Kid Cudi throughout this whole album. You only get that one song, really, you know, which is straight. It's him by himself. You get the whole song, you know, which I thought was straight. You know, if he doesn't have a verse or a feature on anything, sure, why not? Give him a whole song. So I really liked that. I thought that was pretty good, or pretty cool of Kanye or whoever set that up or put that in. And with that being said, giving you things I liked about this, some things I didn't like so much on this album, just my personal preferences on this, I'm gonna hop into my top 4 songs. So let's get started. So my top 4 songs would have to be New God Flow, The Morning, Cold, which was actually Through, and The One. Those are my top 4 that I liked it from this whole album. And overall, I feel like I gotta give this album a rating of a 9. You know, I liked it from start to finish. It had some interesting points in it, some things I haven't seen before. And one more thing that I do want to add, I want to see Kanye kind of chill out on releasing so many songs. I gotta say, at least half this album were already released tracks. I'm like, yo, just chill out on the songs. He did that the same thing with Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. He released like, I think the whole mixtape, the whole album on it. You know, the whole album was out there, and you could basically choose if you want to download the songs off YouTube or the whole album. So I really think Kanye needs to chill out on releasing songs that are gonna be on his album. It makes people not want to buy the album. Like, oh yo, I can get the song off this place, I can get the song off that place. So I think he needs to really chill out on releasing songs and just wait for the album to drop and not get so excited. Knowing that this is a good music album, you're not gonna get, you know, crazy verses from each member or whatever. You may get some songs here and there from this artist or that artist, you know, all in their elements, which I thought was straight and I had no problem with it. You had John Legend and Taylor in a song, you know, it was straight in my opinion. But with that being said, I like this album. I can't wait to buy it once it hops on iTunes. Whenever it's in the stores, which I think it's gonna be a week from now or a couple days from now. So I can't wait to check that out or get it officially. So with that being said, you know, check out the album. Tell me your thoughts on it. If you like it, if you don't like it, what are your ratings? What are your songs on here? You know, do you like the features? Did you care for the samples? You know, do you like the production? Tell me anything down below in the comment section of what you thought about this album. And also, if you haven't already and you're watching this video, hit that subscribe button up there. It helps me get the videos to you quicker. Also, if you have anything for the hot seat or the icebox, you know, if you don't know what that is, make sure you subscribe and you'll get the next episode that comes up. Share your thoughts on who should be in the next icebox or hot seat, and you know, you may get a shout out. So with that being said, don't forget to subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Google+. I'm all on there. So if you need a question, or if you got a question, or you want to talk hip-hop with me, you know, hit me up. Twitter's probably the best way to reach me. But with that being said, I'm not trying to hold everyone up here. I'm out. Tell me your thoughts. Peace.